All right, so hi everybody. Welcome to the iSpring Solutions webinar series, where every week we talk about e-learning trends, share iSpring tips and tricks, and cover clients' cases. I'm Paulina Ionina, a community manager at iSpring, and I will be the moderator for today's session, where we will talk about 3 ways to set up blended learning with iSpring Learn LMS. And to cover this topic, I invited my colleague from Customer Success Department, Natalie Taylor. Hi, Natalie. How are you doing today?
Hi, Paulina. Hi, everyone. I'm doing great. And what about you?
I'm doing amazing. Thanks a lot for asking. All right, I think at this point, we are more than happy to get down to the presentation. So, Natalie, let me pass the mic over to you.
Thank you, Paulina. Yeah, time to start. Okay. All right. I hope you can hear me well and you can hear me very well as well. So we formally got used to conducting face-to-face training with a small amount of online learning. Do you remember how it used to be? But life goes on and brings its adjustments along with it. 2020 was a challenging year for everyone. Online training took over the training process, not leaving enough space for personal meetings or in class lessons. And now it's 2021, and leading e learning experts have predicted some changes and new trends. And blended learning is one of them. That's what we are going to talk about today. By the way, um, I've got a question for you. Can you please respond in the chat? You can see the question on your screens. And the question is, what differences between 2020 and 2021 do you see in terms of e-learning? The rebalancing of face-to-face and online learning happened, and we need to add a human touch to online learning so learners don't feel like they are alone on the journey. Actually, I'm curious to know if you are familiar with the term blended learning. Thank you so much for your responses. Well, we can see that most of you are familiar with the term, and that is great. And those who are not, that's fine. We'll explain it to you. So, what does blended learning mean? It's an approach that combines traditional face-to-face training with online learning activities. For example, employees first take a course on the learning platform on their own and then watch a live video. And in the final stage, reinforce their knowledge in a workshop or a group session with an instructor. There is no denying that mixing up these two training methods together can benefit your learning program. First, including live sessions, meetings, and webinars allow you to enhance communication with your learners. We are living in a digital world, and human interaction is becoming more and more important. And that is true, regardless of whether it's via Zoom or in person. Also, we believe that blended learning increases engagement. Your courses will be super interactive with quizzes and role plays, and they can be taken at the learner's own pace. But let's suppose that I'm a new hire and I have just completed the theoretical part of my onboarding program, passed quizzes, and so on. And at this point, I would like to talk to my supervisor in person or via Zoom, discussing everything that I've learned. I want to know this person visually, and I want to see this person's face and emotions, and I want this person to see my face and expressions. That is what other new hires want too. And that's the human touch that I've mentioned previously. And again, here is another question for you. You can see it in the chat. What on the screen, I'm sorry. What other benefits of blended learning do you personally see for your training process? If you could share your thoughts with me in the chat, that would be great.
So the answers are that it provides a greater chance of engagement by learner. It allows for buy-in and ownership of the materials from the learners. a more rounded approach to ensure learning hits all aspects and learning styles. More interaction, more participation, meets the learner's needs, allows for two-way conversation more easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I see the answers. Thank you
increased
so.
participation. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's great to see your answers. But let's move on. Um, Another important thing is to make sure you organize blended learning in the right way. Let's see when it comes in handy. I'm going to explain 3 ways that blended learning can be set up in your learning management system. Okay, way number 1, mixed format training. A single training can be attended by people with different levels of knowledge. While you are explaining key concepts to beginners, experienced members might get bored. With an LMS, you can immerse learners in a topic and set a learning vector beforehand. Assign all of the pre-training materials like presentations, videos, or online training modules to your employees in the LMS prior to the class. That way, you'll be able to devote in-class time to applying the newly learned skills and discussing the questions that arise. Before the training begins, it can be useful to conduct a survey to find out about your learners' training goals and expectations, and then tailor the sessions to accommodate their needs. You can also carry out the survey after the training to get feedback from learners and understand what they liked and what could be improved. Okay, way number 2, new employee onboarding. When new hires join a company, they have to learn a lot of new information. And you know that. Mentors help new employees integrate into work processes, while HR professionals familiarize them with the mission and values of the company and educate them on relevant regulations and company policies. A poorly organized onboarding process can be disastrous. A new hire can become gradually immersed in work, make mistakes, and distract other employees with questions. With an LMS, you can automate the onboarding process entirely. And the onboarding program can include several courses and various learning materials, as well as face-to-face sessions and meetings with a mentor or a manager. A trainee sees when they have a meeting and can prepare accordingly. To ensure that the newbie doesn't miss anything, you don't even have to manually send a reminder. The platform will do it for you. This is especially convenient when you have a lot of new employees in multiple locations. Okay, let's move on. Way number 3, training with compulsory hands-on practice. To teach people how to work on specific equipment, making coffee or operating machinery, for example, training centers typically include hands-on practice in a training program. Employees study the theory repeatedly and master relevant skills on the simulator. An easy way to conduct such training is to use a blended learning approach. You can build a blended learning program in an LMS. Pack all the information that can be studied remotely into e-learning courses and let your employees take them at their own pace. Send your colleagues to the training center only for practical classes. This will help you reduce training costs while preserving the quality of the training. If your employees previously needed to spend a week or 2 at the training center, they can now go there for only 1 or 2 days. And to make sure your employees are prepared for hands-on practice, you can set up a sequenced learning track in your LMS. They won't be able to sign up for the course at the training center until they complete studying the theory. That, that way, you will be able to control employee training and be sure that they learn everything they need to. A learner will go through each stage of the course step by step to complete the training and pass the exam by the scheduled date. There is no doubt that blended learning approach is somewhat challenging because it requires some time management skills, but it can still take your training to the next level. The same goal can be achieved with a 360-degree performance appraisal, for example. This is a method and a tool that provides each employee the opportunity to receive performance feedback from their supervisor or manager, reporting staff members, co-workers, and so on. 360-degree appraisal tools are also responded to by each individual in a self-assessment. The feedback it provides insight into the desired skills and behaviors in the organization in order to achieve the company's mission, vision, and goals, of course. All evaluations are anonymous, so employees will not know who evaluated them. And the good news is that iSpring Learn now has this 360-degree feedback assessment module. And if you are as excited about it as I am, feel free to check out a webinar recording to find out more. We'll share the link in the chat too, but let's go back to blended learning and take a look at how it can be launched in the iSpring Learn learning management system, just like the example. You can create mixed format course that might include online activities, presentations, video lectures, and instructor-led training sessions like workshops, one-on-ones, or group meetings. In iSpring, all face-to-face sessions are called trainings. Okay, and now I would like to share my screen. All right, I'm the administrator of our iSpring Learn LMS account, and now let's create an onboarding course the simplest way. Let me switch to the learning content section. Okay, and to create a course, I'll click on the Create button and choose Course. The course tab is the place where you work with your courses from start to finish. It allows you to create an outline, change general settings, grant access to courses, and even get report on a course's progress. But today I'm going to cover the outline. Okay, I'll copy and paste my course title here. Nope, I'll type in the onboarding and click Add to add my learning materials. Let's take a look at the upload option. You can upload SCORM packages, videos, audio materials, and reference documents from your computer. You can also publish content directly from an iSpring Suite authoring tool, and I strongly recommend checking out this option. iSpring Suite courses are easy to create and work perfectly in the iSpring Learn LMS. They also provide more options for analyzing users' progress as compared to standard SCORM packages. All right. Um, by the way, if you would like to try out the iSpring Suite authoring tool, we will share the link with you to download a 30-day trial version. So I hope you can see the link now as a pop-up window, I believe. Okay. All right. As for now, I'm going to copy the existing training materials right here. I want, okay, I want these courses and this quiz to be included in my onboarding training. Here is a very important notification. We see a pop-up window appearing. So we need to choose between a separate copy and a linked copy. With a separate copy, any changes applied to it will not affect other versions of this course in the system. With the linked copy, editing this item will affect all other copies. For my course, I'll create separate copies. Good. So it's loading. They are loading. All right. Okay, my new hires have already gained some theoretical knowledge and have passed the quiz. However, now I want to meet my new hires in person, answer their questions, and just see how they are doing so far. And here is how I can organize it. I'm switching to the trainings tab and see the calendar. I'll click the Add Training button. I'll type in the training theme, onboarding, and choose a training type, meeting. Since I expect these meetings to be in person, I'll choose meeting, of course. Let me also enter the start date. Okay. Time. Duration, 1 hour. Location, for example, um, room 1. Capacity, 1. And instructor. Instructor's name, so my name. We are done with the training. It's easy. Obviously, it's going to be more than one session because there are a few new hires being onboarded simultaneously. So I'll add additional sessions of this meeting. So I'll click this button and let's fill out the same fields. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, 6. Mhm. Create. And one more session. Okay. Capacity 1, Natalie. Great. 3 sessions of 1 meeting. Now let me go back to the Learning Content tab. Now I will just refresh, not the refresh, yeah, Learning Content tab. My onboarding course. And what I need to do is to click the Add button again, choose Training, and add this meeting to my onboarding course. Just click Add. Here we go. Now it's ready and I can enroll my newbies. To do that, I'll switch to the Enrollments tab and click on the Enroll Users button. Here I can use the advanced search and filter participants by departments, by job title, by group, or just type in their names. For this course, I'm going to enroll myself in it. Okay. And now let me choose a session that is more or less fits my schedule. Okay, let it be this one. Don't forget to press the enroll button. So, all right, awesome. I think it's good to demonstrate how all of this will work from the user's perspective. So I'll switch to the user portal. It's here. Mhm. Welcome. Here we go. Now I can see the list of all courses here. They all have been assigned to me, and I'm opening our onboarding course. You see the courses, company history, and so on, and we see our training session here. So the course materials and the live session. And if we click the live session or in-person session, I can see all the details: location, date, and instructor name. And if I feel like I can't meet my supervisor at this time, I can request a different session here. Just select another training time. And basically, that's what I wanted to tell you about today. Thank you so much for your attention. And I believe we can start the Q&A session.
Actually, there are questions that I wanted to address to you. And first of all, Randall is curious, is iSpring Learn included in iSpring Suite 10?
Uh, Thank you for your question, Randall. These are two separate products, but they are fully compatible. They're, let's say, 200% compatible. So iSpring Suite, it's an authoring tool, and it allows you to develop interactive content with quizzes and visuals and role plays and so on. And iSpring Learn, that's the platform that allows you to manage your training process, upload courses, track users' progress, and so on. I hope it's clear.
And the next question that I wanted to address to you is from Russ. Is it possible to show how
Mhm.
to upload content into the LMS in order to add content to a course?
Um, okay, I can share my screen once again. We need to switch to the Learning Content tab. We are back to our onboarding course. And let me open the onboarding course. Actually, it's rather easy to upload content. So we will use the upload option button. And now we need to browse. Okay, this is the SCORM package as far as I remember. We can open it. You see here add description and upload file. And that's all can be done with the files of that are in these formats: videos, audios, PDF, doc files, just PowerPoint presentations, or SCORM packages. So you see it's being uploaded here. Now we have this SCORM package as part of our onboarding course.
Let's see if we have any other questions. I see that my colleague Kate has already taken care of some of the questions. By at this moment, we do not have any other questions as far as I can see. So I think we can wrap up our short and sweet session. Hopefully, this 30 minutes were useful and you will be able to um, embrace that blended learning approach and just engage your learners even more and achieve greater results with all that strategies. I would like to thank you, Natalie, for sharing this information with our today's attendees. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Paulina. If you have any other questions about the blended learning approach, feel free to reach me out at the email address that I'm going to share with you in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll be happy to elaborate on every
That's
and
amazing.
each point.
All
Thank you
right,
so
so I
much.
hope everyone has a wonderful day. Please fill out the survey, and I will see you at the next webinar. Bye, everybody, and bye, Natalie.
Goodbye.